It's time for Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys.
Forgive us, Father, for we are about to sin and be very naughty boys. So, Brandon, what I was saying before was when I was talking with one of my siblings the other day, he pointed out the fact that I'm a really good bullshitter. Like, I'm really good at telling people what they want to hear.
We know.
So that's
Mark,
something
are you
I'm...
looking for the word liar?
No, because I will tell half-truths. I just won't give the whole truth. And that's something I'm working on.
That's still lying.
No. Maybe.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm working on it. That's why I came to you guys now rather than waiting till May to be like, hey guys, by the way.
Oh, I would have figured it out before then.
How?
Mark just starts openly
Because
weeping during our episodes.
I knew something was up because you stopped dropping the hints about moving here.
What are you talking about? Dropping hints?
Like we were talking actively about things like, you know, as far as you getting here, and then all of a sudden for like 2-3 weeks straight, it just stopped. And it's like, something's up.
Oh, this isn't like, yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay.
I know you too well.
Yeah, you're right. You know me too well. But I did want to, so I wanted to come clean about it and let you guys know, because my therapist and I have come to the agreement that I need to stop telling the half-truths and be more honest with people and upfront with them.
Bro, Mark, I love you to death. But the idea that it got to a point where your therapist had to be like, maybe stop lying. How many lies were you telling, bro?
I think it's great because we already had this conversation with him in more of an extreme way, but now that his therapist has backed in and I'm like, hey, so life's not all about the big lies.
Yeah.
See, I think it's great because what that tells me is basically we're therapists. Not on our own, but we're together.
That is what I went to school for.
For therapizing?
Yes.
Nice. You know, and my degree is half in sociology, so between the two of us, we got it.
Yeah.
I know why I'm such a good writer and right like at this point, because I'm just really fucking good at making up stories.
Right.
Yeah, right. It's not you're making up stories, it's all the voices in your head.
Dude, that's not even funny, man. I hear voices and shit. It freaks me the fuck out.
Do you know how crazy is it that there's some people out there who don't have an internal monologue?
I don't trust those people because I feel like those people act impulsively with no reason or like fear of recourse at all.
So you guys, I figured out that I have a fetish for figuring things out.
Like you told us all you had chlamydia. That's a good one.
Yeah, so Brandon, I found out that I have a fetish for figuring things out.
Oh, I don't know if I would say a fetish, but I mean, that's fine.
Well, I mean, I just came to that realization.
You just came.
Yeah, that's the joke. Sorry.
I fucking knew it.
You knew it was going somewhere, but you didn't know where.
Yeah, I was like, going somewhere.
Mark's a fucking asshole. He's going to go somewhere with this.
He's going to go somewhere.
I've got one of those, like, am I the asshole moments for you guys?
Oh, sweet.
Here we go.
We haven't done one of these in a long time.
I know. I've been saving shit that I know would be good to talk or good to do. So
Right.
I've been saving it.
I got cheated on and took back the engagement ring in front of her family last Easter in the middle of dinner. I reminded her that her ring was a promise not to suck off her ex-boyfriend and told her to get accustomed to her parents' house because she's moving back there with them at the end of the month. I wiped my mouth with my napkin, thanked everyone for the wonderful dinner, and left while she was screaming, her mother was crying, and her father stared straight ahead, still chewing. You just got to time her right.
That dad is a true hero.
That dad
has seen shit.
That dad has seen his whore of a daughter for years and known forever that was going to come to a fruition at some point. And goddamn, did it come to a fruition.
Dad, are you happy when she finally gets called out?
I don't think any dad is happy when that happens. I think he's going through the level of his entire life has been like the 7 stages of grief or whatever it is. And he's just
Now-
in the acceptance phase.
Now,
Well,
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Is
Is
the grief over the death of his daughter's innocence?
no. Here's the thing. Is if that was the stepdad and he was right, oh, he's really happy.
Oh yeah, he's not
Ooh,
showing it
yeah.
because he still wants to potentially.
He's not showing it because if he stands up, everyone will see it.
He's not showing it because he knows that later that night, she's going to suck off yet another one of her boyfriends.
Okay.
I didn't know this took place in Alabama.
I mean, is it really incest if it's your stepdad?
Yes.
According to an entire genre of porn, which is very popular right now.
God, it is so impossible to get to go on any fucking porn site and that
Dude,
not be like the first. Like it is impossible. And they're now they're at the point where they're hiding it. And so now you're just like getting into it. You're like, oh sweet.
Oh,
This looks
fuck yeah.
Based off this thumbnail, I'm really into this. I'm gonna see what this is all about. And then before you know it, they're like deep into it, and she says like, "Oh God, I never knew it'd be so great getting fucked by my stepbrother." And you're like, "Well, that was a perfectly good boner that was ruined."
Alternatively, you're like, you had my attention, but now you have my interest.
Brendan, I think you mispronounced it. You said ruined when the correct term is made lots harder.
No, see, I'm not.
Ruined. I think
no,
Jeff. What he meant was ruined because he busted so hard at that exact moment.
That's fair. Good call, Brandon.
Oh, God.
Brandon, I'm so glad we understand you so well.
Oh, thanks. I'm so glad. This is
Brandon. What I will agree with you with, I mean, regardless of whether or not you find that sort of thing hot, the thing that's funny is that now they are getting to a point where they're like, oh shit, if we went the realtor route. At the end, can she just like say like, huh, thanks, bro, and we'll just like that way we'll get them too? And it's like, you can have different types. It doesn't all have to be they're somehow related.
I don't know about that.
Also, didn't it seem to you guys like it kind of like it exploded overnight?
Dude, I'm gonna be arguing with you guys on that one because I've been watching porn pretty extensively ever since I was about 9 years old, and
I've been doing the research.
I've been doing my research. I've been doing some extensive research on this.
It's always been there, but now it's like a goddamn like trend. You
know why, right?
No,
actually.
It became a meme, and Pornhub was like, well, the people that come to our website are degenerate memers. Let's give them what they want.
That's actually fair.
The fact that the goddamn Pornhub like intro music is a goddamn meme now just kind of says it all.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's great.
I was sitting there at band practice like several months ago, and my drummer was warming up, and then immediately like I hear that beat that they start playing, and I just look at him and I'm like, "Is that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah."
And you're like, "You glorious bastard."
And he is absolutely like a memester, like all the way.
Oh, how about this? All right. Along the lines of what we're talking about right now, I think you guys will enjoy this.
Jeff fucked his stepsister.
Oh, come on, Mark. Everyone knows that. Anyway, so like I'm from Chicago, but I wouldn't say I have like a really bad Chicago accent. The worst I've ever noticed it within myself was
the first time you busted in your stepsister.
I was listening to a podcast and they mentioned a different pornography website, one that you have to pay for quite often.
Oh,
starts
who
with
would
BR.
want to do that?
It's got a BR in it. Starts with BR. It's got a couple Z's in there.
Brazzers.
Oh.
Yeah, literally until I heard it on the podcast, I always thought it was Brazzers. And that is the first time I realized my Chicago accent.
Wait, hold on. We said Brazzers on this podcast or a different podcast?
It was a different podcast that I was listening to, and they were like, Brazzers, Brazzers, Brazzers. And I was like, I always thought it was Brazzers. Because that's where the Chicago came in on me.
Dude, it's astounding to me. You know what's really crazy is I've been watching porn for so long in my life that there are now porn sites that I watched in my youth that don't exist anymore.
Like
for
Girls One Cup?
example,
I'd rather not. I'd really rather not. They're embarrassing.
There was one when I was younger called BS Nude that I don't think is around anymore.
BS nude.
bsnude.com.
see, the problem is with a lot of these porn sites is they
That one
still
was just
exist. They
pictures.
just rebranded.
That's a good point. What's really disappointing is actually one of those porn sites I used to go, like I used to frequent. I went back to, in recent history, and it was still around, and then one day it just disappeared.
Which
I was
was-
sad. I don't want to say.
Mark,
Why?
you just like explained the porn equivalent of going back to a B&B that you visited on a childhood vacation.
What the fuck's a B&B?
Bed and
Oh
breakfast.
my dear God, you uncultured swine.
Excuse the fuck out of me that I didn't go to fucking bed and breakfast when I was a kid. My parents are uncultured.
I didn't
Where
go
did
when
you
I was a
think
kid. I
the
went on my
website-
honeymoon.
Where did you think Airbnb came from? What did you think the B&B in that meant?
Boobs and butts.
You thought
Well, I mean, that
you thought
can
the
happen.
place to stay. You thought the website for cheap hotels was called Air Boobs and Butts?
No, I'm into it.
Yeah.
You
Look,
get to the
man.
house, you're like, there's no boobs and or butts.
I was lied to. I paid good money for these whores, and they're not even here.
Then again, however, there's no breakfast at an Airbnb either. So
Right. Well, so it depends. Some of them will be like, please take all the food you want. And then others will be like, please take all the food you want. I'm going to charge you for every fucking thing you eat.
Please take all the food you want. There's no food in the fridge. And you go upstairs, and the only thing they say they have is cake. And you see the homeowner laying spread eagle on the bed, and he's like, enjoy all the cake you want.
I think Mark
So
just
the weirdest
described his
idea to
future.
me- So the weirdest thing to me about Airbnbs is the idea of going and just like renting a room in someone's house, but that doesn't have like an exterior entrance or exit. So you have to.
Oh,
go
I've
through-
never done those, but I can
I've
only
never
imagine.
done it. I never will do it. It seems
Yeah, I'm
like
just
the
not
most
into it. I just don't
creepy
want
thing
to.
ever. Yeah, especially on your vacation.
Yeah, especially when like you're gonna maybe you've got like your girlfriend or somebody with you, or maybe you're hoping.
Or maybe
Yep.
you're like, dude, it's Vegas. I'm gonna get a whore. And like you go back to the Airbnb and you're there with like Deb and Carl, who are some geriatrics hanging out in the living room watching TV, and you're walking through there with 2, 3, 4 whores at a time.
Why would you need to go get 2 or 3 whores when you've got Deb and Jerry downstairs waiting for you?
Jerry just blew out his hip, and well, he's recovering well, but he hasn't fully recovered from the surgery yet, so he can't get the full wheelbarrow that you just need to get off because you're so broken.
I know. That's a lot of
Like a friend-
commitment.
Top of my head.
Hey guys, if you just can't get enough of Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SR Sleepy Boys. Or you can check out our YouTube channel, Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys. You can also find us on Spotify, Radio Public, Anchor, Breaker Radio, and coming soon, Apple Podcasts.